and behold the corner of the cube. Imagine getting to one of the edges of the cube, and there's a very sharp and pronounced corner, edge, that if you traverse to the other side, you're now on the other plane, and it's probably gravity that keeps it all in place or whatever. You can concoct any theories you want.
What the what's going on? No. Stop. Wait. What just happened? I don't get it.
Captain Beaver, sir. It was Red Pill. He started talking some bullshit about Cube Earth and the graphics department, and NASA had this made for you.
Get me my red phone. Yeah, it's Beaver. Put me through. Hey guys, I keep telling you to ask me first. Yeah, I know, but Red Bill talks all kinds of bullshit. Yeah? No, that's how he tries to get out of looking like an idiot. Yeah. Yeah, no, he claims to be a skeptic when he's stuck in a corner. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't need the cube. He's still talking about flat Earth. He's just tossing a word salad to get there. Oh, please, yes, I'd love to have my normal intro. Okay, yeah. Oh, hey, by the way, I'm still waiting on the check for that CC video. Okay, thanks much. Okay, bye. Well, NASA said we get to start that one again, so let's just try to do this intro right, guys. Flat Earth, not Cube Earth, Flat Earth. Let's do this. Hey everyone, today we're going to poke a stick at Red Pill philosophy, but first we got to talk about Wet Beaver. As a lot of you know, I made some comments with regards to Wet Beaver specials. I am working on the special. We're aiming for next week, and I'm going to try to get a few of the guys involved, so look for that. And I also wanted to assure any lady watchers that we don't discriminate here at the Brainy Beaver channel. Here's a little sneak peek at some stuff we've been working on for you gals. Oh, that's enough of that. You know what? I'm just going to let Red Pill get started, and we're going to go from there. So take it away, buddy.
So why they had to put us on a globe and not on a cube or a triangular prism? Why a globe? Hey, the universe could have exploded out of a big bang, put us on a globe. They could have put us on a triangular prism. Hey, really, the laws of physics could have conspired to put us on just about anything. So nothing's really out of the question. There's no reason that a globe is any more preposterous than a flat Earth, or any more preposterous than a cube or a triangular prism. But why a globe? Why a globe? Well, here's the thing about a globe is that...
Ooh, me, I want to answer it. Is it because it's true? And possibly because you said cube Earth, then you'd have to explain to all the stupids why we live on a cube when everything around us is at least a flat circle. I also find this topic odd from you because you essentially continue on to explain all the reasons that you would definitely be able to believe a sphere, but yet it's still too many dimensions for you to fully carry the thought process through. But I'm super interested in this terrible word salad you're concocting, and I think the people want to hear the stupid right from the source, so please continue.
If they had told us we lived on a cube, it would have posed a serious problem. Because at some point on this cube Earth, you'd be able to go and behold the edge of one of the edges of the cube. You'd be able to go on a trip and behold the corner of the cube. Imagine getting to one of the edges of the cube, and there's a very sharp and pronounced corner, edge, that if you traverse to the other side, you're now on the other plane, and it's probably gravity that keeps it all in place or whatever. You can concoct any theories you want.
So Red Pill is going to assemble this shit salad, so I guess let's just go with it for a second, just to show you how little thought he's actually put into this. but he's just a skeptic.
I'm a globe skeptic.
He has this idea that you would be able to hop from one plane to the other plane just by alley-ooping over the edge, but because of the way mass would be distributed on cuboid, you end up with a scenario where the corners are like mountaintops once you get close enough. But what would be more interesting is that gravity would kind of change as you approach the corner to make that happen. In the middle of the flat cube horizon, you would have equal mass in all directions. But as you approach the edges in any direction, you would begin to see a change in gravity that would be more akin to beginning to walk uphill without really remembering starting to walk up a hill. This effect being most pronounced at the corners, where you would have the most mass between you and the other side of the cube.
But that's a problem, isn't it? Because, there's 6 sides to a cube, and, you got all these corners and all these edges. Those would be very easy landmarks to spot. And people would be able to go and falsify or prove that we, in fact, live on a cube Earth. It'd be very easy to do it. Unless they had an Antarctic treaty for the cube, and every single corner and edge was blocked off because for science and for the penguins.
It's a shame that you're so smart, yet you don't seem to appreciate the importance of Antarctica and what it means to have a place that humans haven't farted on yet. So here's some old-timey footage.
Well, Admiral Byrd, I can understand. I think everybody can, the interest in the North Pole because it's so near our greatest challenger, Soviet Russia. But why this interest in the bottom of the world? Nobody living down there, is there?
No, it's pretty cold. There's only one permanent resident, that's the emperor penguin. The little ones live further north. I tell you one reason they're interested. It's by far the most valuable, important place left in the world for science. That's why the scientific groups all over the nation are really interested.
But the bigger concern at the time was actually conflict. And that is reflected in this statement.
But more important than that, it has to do with the future of the nation, those to come after us, or even during your lifetime. Because it happens to be an untouched reservoir of natural resources. And, as the world shrinks with an ever-increasing acceleration, far-flung places, once useless, like we thought the North Pole was, and no man's land, become very useful. The bottom of the world will be important, not only to us, but to our allies.
Actually, if you read the major points of the Antarctic Treaty, it has a lot more references to not militarizing the zone than it has to do with science. You see, Red Pill, the world had just finished fighting over anything you can imagine, and America and Russia were heating up in something called the Cold War. Stay with me now. I know this is a lot of information. Hey, aren't you supposed to be high IQ?
Doing a little bit of high IQ, skeptic research. As you can see here, a gazillion tabs open. That's how it is. Looking into Eratosthenes, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah is right. Wait, what were you actually looking at? Let's see that again. Oh, he's been looking for his daddy. Oh, that's so sweet.
Lived on a cube. That'd be a really tough one to sell because you can go and find that very distinct corner edge before you get onto the next side of the cube Earth. And if you think that sounds preposterous, well, don't worry, because we have gravity, and gravity is the reason you don't fall off the side of a cube, because it sticks you in place. Cube Earth makes perfect sense. Just add enough gravity, maybe a little bit of axial tilt, maybe a little bit of equatorial bulge, and you got yourself a working model. You just got to tweak it enough to match our observations, and you're good.
This is probably the best part of the entire video he posted. It's the finer details that matter if you listen to him. You see, the premise of the entire video is how hard it would be to sell Cube Earth and why Globe Earth was chose. In this one clip, in 50 seconds, he goes from Cube Earth would be a hard sell to it would be easy to sell a Cube Earth. I'll highlight the points.
Lived on a cube. That'd be a really tough one to sell because you can go and find that very distinct corner edge before you get onto the next side. because it sticks you in place. Cube Earth makes perfect sense. Just add enough gravity, maybe a little bit of axial tilt, maybe a little bit of equatorial bulge, and you got yourself a working model. You just got to tweak it enough to match our observations, and you're good.
See? Word salad. He's just talking in circles and providing nothing of substance.
A globe is conveniently way, way harder to falsify. Because on a globe, you have this perfectly ever-sloping, smooth surface, constantly curving at just the perfect rate, where it eventually loops back on itself in what we call a circle shape or a sphere. And if the globe is just big enough, then it will look flat locally. If the globe is just big enough, it will look flat on a local scale. When you look out at the ocean, or according to Neil deGrasse Tyson, even if you're on some type of plane at 128,000 feet, according to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
It's Neil deGrasse Tyson, you rube. And anyways, I'm glad you can admit that in the working model it would appear flat locally, so we can put this bullshit to bed that most flat earthers say about it looking flat when they look out.
Tyson, you wouldn't even see the curve.
That stuff is flat.
I travel a lot and I fly a lot and I can see the curvature when I fly.
Okay, so 35,000 feet, you can see it, right? That's what you're saying?
Generally speaking, I can see a slight curve to it, yeah.
Okay, so Neil deGrasse Tyson says that you can't see it at that altitude, so I really...
This really doesn't... We have satellites.
That stuff is flat.
Hold the phone here. First of all, using some gotcha moment on some green-haired millennial isn't exactly proof that would be required for such statements to be true. But whatever, because what I'm more curious about is if Neil deGrasse Tyson gave you permission to sell a shirt with his clear likeness on it. And what's more, if you were trying to make the claim that it isn't Neil deGrasse Tyson, using his clip and then morphing it into your t-shirt is all the evidence that would be needed to say that you're infringing on his copyright. Now, I'll admit that fair use laws are sticky and I actually don't really know the rules to that extent. But something tells me that slapping his face on a t-shirt, then selling it directly for money while misrepresenting his quote could be actionable. Maybe someone out there knows copyright law better than I do, and they can let me know in my comments what the implications of this could be. I'm very curious.
But on cube Earth, or triangular prism Earth, or rectangular prism Earth, you run into a problem.
Oh my god, stop. You're just assembling words you think make it sound like you're educated. Earth couldn't be a prism because of the definition of prism. The common accepted definition, a solid geometric figure whose two end faces are similar, equal, and parallel rectilinear figures, and whose sides are parallelograms. Another accepted definition, a prism's cross-section be the same along its length, also something that we wouldn't have on Earth. This is what happens when you ramble and it's based on non-fact. Now you have some idiot out there going, on rectangular prism Earth, sounding just as uneducated as you are. This garbage continues in a big circle from here, so I wanted to do this. I was doing some looking at his videos, obviously, to find this, while he started a debate with Godless Engineer. So I got to see his side without GE, and it was awesome to see his expressions while doing it. One moment made me laugh, so I wanted to see GE while Red Pill fumbled, so through the magic of post-edit, enjoy.
Ships disappear bottom up at distance. Buildings disappear bottom up at distance. We live on a globe. Turns out it's a lot more complicated than that. Turns out you have miraging effects. You have things like the inferior mirage, which I've documented a million times with my P1000, where right above the waterline at the horizon, you have this mirrored inverted effect, which I'm sure you're familiar with. And it will literally obstruct the bottom portion of buildings, trees, and things you're looking at in the distance. And it's a real phenomenon, and it's a real thing. So it's a lot more complicated than that. You have instances.
What causes that?
I'm sorry?
What causes that?
What causes inferior mirages?
Yes.
What causes it?
Well, that's what I'm asking you.
Well, I'm asking you, what causes it?
But I mean, I asked you first. If you don't know, that's fine. Just say you don't know.
Oh, you know?
I do know.
Oh, go for it.
Are you saying that you don't
actually,
know?
you know what? Actually, you know what? Let me give it a shot first, and since you're going to try to use that as a gotcha moment, let me give it a shot.
I'm not trying to use it as a gotcha moment or anything like that. I'm just asking. I'm just trying to see if you don't know.
Let me give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot because I've looked into it, but not enough to recount it off the top of my.
You see, here comes the bullshit again. Getting into a discussion about mirage effects and bending light, and then when challenged on his level of knowledge, he basically admits he's not given it any real research, asserting in advance that he doesn't really know, so if what he says next is wrong, then, it's okay because he doesn't really know. Disclaimer.
Eyes, I think the brain kind of has it has a way of interpreting refracted light that it causes the miraging effects, from my understanding.
Okay, well, I mean, it's not a trick of the brain or anything like that. It's just how we perceive the light that's coming over the curve of the Earth. But I get that you don't believe in the curve of the Earth, so I'm kind of curious. Why do you think that stuff disappears bottom up?
Well, let me again correct you there. It's not that I don't believe in the curve of the Earth. I'm a globe skeptic. I'm open-minded to the globe being to the notion that we live on a ball. I'm very open-minded to that. I am not completely a flat earther. I don't call myself a flat earther.
Like a debunking of the mental stupidity of the blind faith cult religious members who think they live on a spinning ball for no other reason other than that their first grade teacher told them. Mentally retarded globers, episode 3 or 4 in the bag. Debunked. Mental stupidity exposed.
See, again, all garbage. He flip-flops more than Saturday morning pancakes. Pancakes. That's a good idea. Anyways, I'm sick of looking at the Bond villain's mustache, and I'm starting to work on the Wet Beaver special, I promise, so remember to come back and check that out. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you enjoyed my content, come back next week to see more.